Hello, 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 beloveds. It's me, Kirstin Hanson, and we're here again to talk about the halls of the angels. Oh, this is day three. This is day three. And it's day three of the experiences that I had in the halls of the angels. It's day three of spending additional time in the frequencies of the halls. It's day three of communing with you and hoping to hear your experiences. And it's also day three of seeing what's next to be revealed through our discussions. So, as you may recall, in one and two, these are not scripted. I am with you along this journey to see what is seeking to come through. It's also responding to my time in these halls of the angels, right? I described in day one the event where I was in meditation and Jesus took me and he grabbed my daughters and brought me to these halls with endless amounts of angels. And then brought me to the throne. So as we move into this space and this place and this frequency of the angels, my ears are starting to ring. So we must be starting to move into that frequency. The invitation for you is to rely less on my words, tap into the frequency of yourself, of what's present for you, and allow yourself the opportunity to hear what messages are there for you. See, I believe and teach spiritual authority. One of the most recent requests from Spirit that I've had was that I was supposed to stop doing intuitive work for others on a very limited basis and to take this wisdom and turn it inward. And I still do work with people. I just do it differently. I bring different aspects to the table because my guidance is to reflect and reveal who you are through you and to teach you how to walk in authority and not to become dependent on the seer or the knower or the hearer or whatever our skills are. And I do possess most of the clairs. So as I'm in the halls of angels, we talked yesterday at great length about the banquet, the table, the banquet, the feast that's being made available to us. It's interesting. I'm being guided today to talk about sadness. Sadness. And I will tell you for me, this is my own personal experience. This isn't me. Well, they're kind of with me. When I have to leave the light and experience the world in human form, it's like going diving and coming up too fast. You get bubbles in your air, or going up in high altitude too fast and everything clogs. It really discombobulates my system because after the accident, I really have learned to keep my frequency in the light. And sometimes I'm required to come and spend time in the other frequencies to allow myself to truly harness different spaces and places and to be able to facilitate at a frequency that people can hear me. But what that does for me is sometimes it brings me immediate sadness because at the frequencies of this plane, there's so much sadness and anxiety. And yes, of course, there's a lot of joy in the in-between spaces. There's a lot of joy. But it's hard for me to navigate to being in this world and living in that world. And they're not separate worlds, they're one and the same. But when I feel the pain of the world, and if you know me, you know sometimes I wake up screaming because I can hear the screams. And that brings me great sadness. And they're like humanity screams, earth screams. It's all of them. It's just, it's unbearable sometimes. So when I'm in the halls of the angels, it makes me sad because I just want to stay there. And I know I have a job to do here. And I love being human. I do. I didn't always. It took me a long time to get here. As a matter of fact, I wanted to leave for most of my life. But now I'm happy to be here. After my car accident, I'm actually really grateful to be living. Not because, oh, I woke up and I understood, like, oh, it's great to be human. It's actually really hard to be human and really easy at the same time. It's just having this interconnectedness and feeling everybody else's feelings. It could be somewhat overwhelming. And I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. And a lot of the people I work with actually wish they didn't have to be here. And I'm here to tell you it's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be here. We just have to figure out the tools to navigate it. So I'm curious to see what they say as I'm in the halls of the angels about this sadness. And I'm hearing immediately, it's funny, I can hear the chimes going as I presence this, right? So I just keep hearing, and I heard this yesterday too, we're at the time of great reckoning. We're at the time of great reckoning. And the reckoning is actually within ourself, right? So each human is being asked to take on the quality and the conditions of their heart. Yeah. The softening of the heart requires a cleansing. And what really supports and strengthens or defiles and hurts is the mind, the thoughts that go through the mind. And I know there's a lot of teachings on this, so I won't spend much time in the teachings, but we do work with this. Is that my job is to take on the quality of my mind, because that is within my power if I'm fully aligned with Source. If I'm in that oneness, I don't know if you could feel that, but I could feel that alignment that's erecting me, that's allowing me to stand firm and tall and centered. This is my axis point. This is my axis point. And when I'm firm with this, I can stand firm here on earth. And the spiral that wraps around this linear, this axis point, the spiral is her wisdom that allows us to unfold and unfurl into the deeper meanings of who we are as humans, as individuals, as interconnected beings of consciousness. And when I'm sitting here in these halls, it's like a symphony. They each have a sound. I almost wonder if Bach and Beethoven and Mozart and Chopin, if what they think of this place. Wonder if they heard it. Because each chord is unique, but works in harmony. And there's a sacred rhythm that occurs that helps all of the vibrations and the tones move through. And this harmony allows for the softening of the sadness. And so by us spending time each day seeking to connect, sitting in the grass, hanging out with the doves, looking at the sun, listening to the rain, sleeping in our bed, maybe going through turmoil, really bad things that feel really bad, things that feel really bad, that we don't understand. The angels are singing over us in the halls, guiding the orchestra of the great reckoning. They are down here hoping that we hear them, because it turns our head from our troubles to the peace. They are hoping that we take the time and to wait long enough for the capacity to hear them without giving up, because their horns will guide us. Their flickers will reveal the pathways and the roadways. And as we dance together in this, the more of us that are coming together in this great reckoning, the louder they become here on earth, and the faster the reckoning occurs. The reckoning's not bad. It's actually a reconciliation of the heart. They're not asking you to do anything for other people. They're asking you to do your work and take care of you. And to show people how to do their work without telling them what to do or how to do it or why to do it. Doesn't matter your belief. People are smart. They will know what matters for them. Do not teach the old ways. Gleam its wisdom, but create the new ways. There are some ancient teachings that will benefit the future, but not many. For you are the ancestors, you will be the ancestors, and many will study your wisdom. And just like every culture, It'll be passed down through words, so it'll change with each teller of the story. See, wisdom is different for everyone. And each telling of the story carries a different note. And so the story gets rewritten, as will yours. So in the halls of the angels, should you be blessed enough to hear them, and they laugh when they say that because they're always with you. Whether you see them or not, they are always with you. Fear not, little child. Do not doubt. For I see your sadness, and I rest upon your heart the glitters of hope. And a time remembered in a distant future where you will be gathered with me. And until then, please enjoy your journey. For most would love to be human. Be wary of anyone who teaches anything but peace. And peace is attained by you doing your work. Not by doing somebody else's work. Calm, still waters. The great flood will come, but it will not be what you think. Be wary of the doomsdayers, because great tellers of fortunes misunderstand their sight. Rest, dear ones, rest. If you cannot hear me, put on an instrument that brings you to what you think is the closest thing to me. Everyone has a need for a different sound. Find yours and wait just long enough for my way, me, to go through that signal. Yeah, to go through that airwave, that signal. So we must go now, but we are always with you. Find the note, find the note. There is a note, beloved, that soothes your ear. It could even be a sound in nature. Find the note, and I will find you. Rest in the living peace. They actually want to say, rest in the living peace of the Lord. But please know the Lord's name is not the meaning they have given it. That is not our meaning. They want you to have a gentler experience of that word, but rest in the Lord. Okay, beloveds, we come to an end. It's funny, I personally don't want to leave it. I'm just happy to be here and out of the anxiety of the world. So, beloveds, I love you. And know that you have access to this. You don't need me for it. And my prayer over you is that you come to have the spiritual realization of this oneness for yourself. In love.